Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to go over everything that you'll find in the course information folder here. So you would have already gone through this welcome and short description. So the next thing you'll find is the course syllabus, and I'd like to take a minute to go through that. The first thing you'll see is my contact information. So here are my office hours and my email address. The best way to reach me is via email, and it's best to schedule time with me using Starfish. The office hours are posted there in Starfish. Regarding sending an email in Brightspace, I do give you information on how to go ahead and do that. Just know that whenever we send emails from Brightspace, if I send you an email from Brightspace, don't just hit reply. What ends up happening is the Brightspace system does not talk to the emailing system, so the Brightspace emails stay in Brightspace. So unless I log back into Brightspace, I don't know I have an email sitting there waiting for me. So it is best to just use my email address that I've provided. The next item I want to draw your attention to is your book. Your book is called Security Plus Guide to Network Security Fundamentals. This is the 7th edition. The publisher is Cengage. It is an ebook, and from the course information link in Brightspace, you'll be able to link to the book itself. You'll just need to create a user ID and password. The cost of the book has been included in your tuition, and we'll go over those instructions in just a moment. The next item is the course description. So this course is an overview of computer security, not just cybersecurity. So it covers a little bit of everything. The one thing I want to make you aware of is that there are quite a lot of terms to remember and learn. There's a lot of acronyms. So the best tool you have is a set of flashcards that come with your book, and they're very useful, but it's really important that you take the time to read the chapters. This is different than a programming course. There are, like I said, a lot of reading, a lot of terms to remember. So we will cover, you can see the learning outcomes and take the time to read through each of these individually, but we will cover things like cryptography, network security. We will talk about enterprise security, and enterprise being a large business. So business continuity, etc., managing risks. So it does cover the gamut from application security to network security. There's quite a bit of material to cover. You'll find about 1 chapter per week. Next up is your grade. 40% on quizzes. There will be about 1 quiz per section of the book. So the book is broken into about 5 or 6 sections, I believe. And so each section is 2 to 4 chapters. So there will be 1 quiz per section. 40% on assignments. So most of the assignments will come from your book. One of those is lab assignments. There's 2 different types. There are lab simulations and there are virtual machine labs. The virtual machine labs allow you to connect remotely to a server and go through a series of hands-on activities. The lab simulations are a little different. They do also have you go through a series of activities, but at the end of those activities, you'll have about 5 multiple choice questions, so it's important to pay attention to what you've been doing. They tend to be a bit shorter than the virtual machine labs. The discussions, 10%, and then the final quiz, and the final quiz will be a cumulative quiz. The next section here, I would ask that you take the time to read through the entire syllabus. So I'm not going to go through all of it together, but I would like you to read through it. It talks about all of your resources, Brightspace, email, Starfish, etc. A couple things to keep in mind. If you need tech support, there's information here. There's information in Brightspace. If you need course support, you can always come to me, of course. But we do have tutoring in ACE, so you can reach out to them. They will do remote tutoring if necessary. Okay, moving on. The next item I have in here is setting up access to your book. So the link to your book is right here, MindTap eTextbook. So go ahead and click on the link. You'll be asked to create a user ID and password. And I do have some additional information on how to set up your book. So if you need help doing that, there's a link here that should give you a little bit more information. And there's also information on MindTap itself and navigating the book. So right here, Intro to MindTap, it's a quick video. It shows you how to move around, navigate, get to flashcards, get to the full text, etc. Before you try out one of the virtual machine lab assignments, I would ask that you watch this video. It is helpful to understand everything you have available to you. And this is a big item. If you exit a lab before completion, your work will not be saved. Remember what you're doing. You're connecting virtually to a server. So if you stop in the middle and you walk away, it's just going to log you off. It's not going to remember the work you've done. Therefore, make sure you have at least an hour that you can commit to working on one of these labs, because the virtual machine labs are a little lengthier. And then your first assignment right now is this discussion. So please read through it. It asks you to introduce yourself and tell me about a cyber attack you've heard about in the news recently. There's one in the news like every hour, I think, at this point. The last thing I want to mention is the course schedule. So the link is right here. And regarding the course schedule, there's a summary up at the top. Most discussions, the post due on Thursday, and then the response to at least 2 other students due Mondays. Lab assignments are due on Mondays, end of day, and quizzes are typically available Tuesdays and Wednesdays. If there's anything I need to change, I will clearly communicate that through emails and announcements. At this point, I'm feeling pretty confident about everything I've laid out here, but I do like to review again before I open up a module, and just to confirm that everything looks good. So if you do have questions, let me know. You should have enough information to get started. Note that you have discussion 0, your post due on Thursday, and then your response due on the 23rd, and get started on modules 1 and 2. Note that all of the module 1 and 2 activities are due on Monday, January 30th. As I said, review everything, get started in your book, and let me know if you have any questions.